question, I said, how much are you offering?
Welcome to the daf. We're holding in Menachos daf tes. We're starting in daf Yechezkel with base and bottom gufo. Omar Beichonon shlach shlomim sheshachton beichol ksher. You shech shlomim in the base of Migdosh as kosher. Shenemar v'shachtu Pesach oyel moed. V'lo yetafel chomim neikor. So Pesach oyel moed is the ikor. Pesach oyel moed tells you that's the entrance to oyel moed. So it's telling you that it's tafel chomim neikor. In other words, if I do a Pesach oyel moed, so kosher got to do it oyel moed. The fact that the Torah calls it Pesach oyel moed, tell me that's the ikor.
What's the chiddush?
No, you could do it inside. I would think that the only time you could do shchito is in Nazar. That's the ikar makar. Yeah. If you went inside the base of English, Rashi says even more than that. So Rashi, I would think that going inside is considered to be like yoytze b'chutz.
Into the
eichel, to the kodesh. So we say Pesach oyel moed, tell you that you see it lo yatov l'chom neikar. That we saw before. So when one brings a question, Abiyudim say oimer, minayin this we saw in Masechet Zvachim. Minayin shiu kifo v'nikachovim es ha'azoro shakoyanim nichnosim le'eichol v'ochim v'kodesh kadosh v'shar Menachos. How do you know that if the goyim are attacking the Beis Hamikdash, so they could go into Beis Hamikdash and eat there? Why? Because it's dangerous outside. How can you do that? Talmud Loim, how do you know you can do that? It says in the pasuk, "V'kodesh hakodeshim tochlenu." The pasuk says "kodesh hakodeshim tochlenu," and you dash from there that you can even eat in the kodesh hakodesh. You can go inside. Says the Gemara, why any pasuk for that? Leim bechatzar oyel moed loch yichluo. It says chatzar al moed. So al moed is the ikar, and the chatzar is the dafel. So the same way you say Pesach oyel moed tells you if you can do the Pesach kosher kan oyel moed. So you're doing the chatzar, you can do the oyel moed. So why do I need a pasuk for that?
What? You can't learn that color from it.
It's not kavuchomer. It's a limud.
Yeah.
It says Pesach oyel moed, the door of oyel moed. So the Gemara said before. That's why you learn. If it tells you, if it would just say doing the door only. It says the door of oyel moed. So if I can do it in the door, kosher I can do it in the oyel moed.
Can you say you have to stop by the oil only at the Pesach of the
No, but the fact that Torah tells me it doesn't say just Pesach. It's Pesach oyel moed. So tell the world is even more chashuv. So the Gemara says if you it's also learning with gabi achilo. So I'll tell you the difference. The more you go inside, the better it is. I'm not only doing it outside, the closer I'm getting to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, gewaldig. Achilo she'en the moichel b'mokum rabbi, but achilo, if I'm eating in front of my Rebbe, it's a little bit improper. It's not their hearts. So
they want the Rebbe in the mikvah. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's a holocaust. It's not their hearts.
For you or for him?
It wasn't there.
I had to run out, and I was holding knives.
So that's a decher. What's a decher? What's the idea of decher? It's not decher to go into being in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So if I told you could do it outside, don't come and tell me, so of course you can do it inside. No, because the closer you get, the less proper it is.
That's what.
Time of the kosav kol. The kosav kol so that's what we saw in Masechet Zvachim as well. And he was very interesting. It's very nice diuk. Not going into it too much. Rashi doesn't say it so clearly like he says in Zvachim. What does it mean the goyim are surrounding the Eichel? So Rashi says that they're throwing arrows. What arrows? Just say that they're running after them. Says so Brown was Medayik. There's a whole discussion. The Bishkro brings a raya. It has to do with the sugis of Masechet Zvachim. Do you need to have the doors of Beis Hamikdash open when you're eating inside? Because we know that you cannot eat kachim if the doors of Beis Hamikdash are closed. That's it. You can't eat stomach until you open the doors. What happens if you're inside? Do you need the doors open or not? So the Bishkov learns in the Sugya, you need to have the doors open even though you're inside. It's not because you have to see inside. It's because you need, it's a din in the doors to be open. So you bring Medak and Rashi, you have arrows, so the doors stay open. If they would be coming the swords, you have to close the doors to protect yourself from the guy. Tells you no, the doors are open because he's sending the arrows.
Yeah, but arrows get someone inside.
You go to the corner. You could have the door open. So what happens? You went and you mix the oil with the mincha outside of the azor. You put the oil, with the spice, Then you bring it to kmitza. But you first of all do the oil outside. So the one way going down dash it, you bring it to the kohen for the time you did kmitza. Till there you did not necessarily a kohen. If it's not a kohen, kosher bazaar. So you may lay with the kahuna loy baye, pnim nami loy baye. If I don't have to have kahuna, so I don't have to be inside. Good Rosh. Because it's done in the kli, where you do the mincha to put into a kli. Need the kahuna loy baye, pnim yabo. You have to have the inside. You have to have that. So that's a machlekes. Can you do the lilo, the oil of the mincha outside? Tarek said that
it's a question of the kli, not the outside.
Yeah, but you can't do it without a kli.
Yeah.
So Tanya said that Bichlin Bollo Zar Ksheyo Zar did his kosher, Chutz Echayim Azor Psula. So clearly you say pasul. So remember this. Rabbi Yochanan says you cannot mix it outside of the azor. Itvar, another thing. Mincha shechosher koidim kmitza. You have mincha, and before kmitza, some of the flour went missing. Go bring home, go to home, and bring more flour. Fill it up. Shlaki lo yavi mitoich beisoy v'malena. Because Rishon says no. Once you did the mincha and it missed, you lost. Can't do it anymore. What makes it into a mincha is the kmitza. Before I do the kmitza, I can fill it up. Kedusha's kli kovale has to be the kli. Right? Now, here, right away, jumps up on us, without going out to the discussion in the Mefarshim, it seems to contradict himself. Because Rabbi Yochanan Leil understood that the kli makes the mincha to mincha, and that's why you have to do it inside the Beis Hamikdash. Now he says what makes it to mincha is the kmitza. So is it the kli or is it the mincha? So here is a raya to Yesod the Biskarov, that when you have the din of the mincha, you have two stages. Stage one is the mincha and the kli, and stage two is the kmitza and put it into another kli. It's two different kedushas.
When does it become kaddish?
It's a two-stage kedusha. Shara, how you call it. The Biskarov goes into the Lund, that's how you call it. But it's a two-stage kedusha. The first one does call it semi-kedusha, and in Meile, that has to be done in the Beis Hamikdash according to Rabbi Yochanan. The second one, it has another stage of kedusha, and until you didn't do the second one, you could still fill it up. That's Rabbi Yochanan learns.
Do you have to do something whether in the kli or just putting it in the klis?
Yeah, you're gonna mix it with the oil.
That's what I'm saying. Not just.
Rabbi Yochanan, yeah. You put it in the kli and then you mix it with the oil.
No, but if you put it in the kli without mixing, there's no kedusha to it.
No. Just when you put it in the kli, it becomes kaddish. You have to mix it and become kaddish. Yeah. What do you say, Mo?
No, so what was the finish of the verse the second kli?
No, you see over here, according to Rabbi Yochanan, there are two stages of kedusha. You have a kedusha that makes a kaddish into the kli, and then another kedusha which is a kmitza. It's clear from the Gemara. Because according to Rabbi Yochanan, until you don't do kmitza, you say you can still add up. But didn't you just say before that a kli makes a kaddish? You see, it's a do stuff.
Maybe he meant the second kli. Maybe what the Gemara meant was the second kli.
Maybe the Gemara says kmitza. Could be the kmitza that brings the second kli. Yeah, okay. But you see, it's a two-stage process. That's what you see.
So that's clear because the Gemara yesterday had you couldn't learn out from the left on the pun because there was or it was a few days ago. How do you know there was kedusha kli? You couldn't learn it out from the bezichin because the bezichin you don't put it into a second kli.
Yeah, okay. Question with the first kli. Says the Gemara, we're going to ask the question. Chaser lug, if the lug of the mitzvah was missing, so until you don't do the mitzvah, you didn't do yitzik, you didn't take it out, so you can fill it up. So you see, even though you put it into the kli, you can still fill it up. So that's a raya to Rabbi Yochanan to Yufta. Itmar. Now stage 3. So first stage was to do it inside. That was one suffering. Stage 2, what happens if it's chaser before you did kmitza? Stage 3, he did kmitza, and now the leftover is missing. Can you put it on the mizbech? Says according to Reb Lozo, there's no machlekes. What is a blazer and bishua? The nan Nitru Shireya. If the Shirayim became Tomei. Nisrifu Shireya. Or they got burned. Of the Shireya got lost. Kimidas Abelazar Ksheira, Kimidas Abishur Psul. So Bishur and Abelazar argue, is it okay or not? Well, is it still okay? Man the Pasuk Abishur. Man the Machshir. Right, so the one, according to Abelazar, everybody agrees that if you got burned, or it's completely gone, you say that you could still do kvitzo, still with the kvitzo on his back, if it just was missing. But according to Abishur, what? So they go on the pasuk Abishur. The one says pasuk like Abishur says if you got burned, it's possible. Nothing is left over. Then Abishur will agree. So you made it like this: if he did kvitzo, and now I have a chisaron of the shirayim, we have a machlekes if it's a problem or not. If it's completely missing, Shabbalah says it's still okay. So Kol Shekef is Chos says okay. Rabbi Shua says not okay. Chos I'm not so sure. Says the Gemara, the Tanya Rabbi Shua, because Vavishua Toivo, Shirishtai Mem Kazai is Baso, Kazai is Chelif. All the Zvachim Toivo, if you have even one we saw Mesech Zvachim, if you have even a little bit of Basar or Chelif left, so Lazing is Kazais, so Yekadam. Kechatzi Zais Basar, Kechatzi Zais Chelif, it's not a full Zais, only half. Any Zorgs to that. Ubro Ilo, Fil Kechatzi Zais Basar, Kechatzi Zais Chelif, so Yekadam. We start over there in the Zvachim. So by oil you could join together the dam and chelif. Now this mincha we talk about over here is not the mincha we talk about in our sugya. Talk about the mincha that goes the carbon. As the Gemara is going to say in a moment. Even though it's all attack, it won't throw the blood. So what shaykh is throwing the blood to mincha? Mincha is flour and blood is blood. Says the Gemara, oh, that testimony base, mincha maya vidito, how do you get to mincha? Talk about mincha of a carbon. Why should I think it will make any difference? Second, that because it comes with the carbon. Keep with the zevach that is part of the carbon. See that? Meaning it's not part of the carbon. So the carbon needs something left. Whatever I have in the sachim left and mincha left, not good enough. I need some of the carbon. What do you see from here? According to Yeshua, if something is missing, it's not such a problem. So we say by mincha will be the same thing. That's the raya. This one that says. According to Yeshua, if it got burned or lost completely, you can't do the kvitzo. But if something is missing, maybe you could do like bad carbon. As long as you have kazais left, you're okay. Man the apostle, one person says no. Shan yochadom makovi yim akoyim min mincha says karaso itir mizbecho hamincha adi iso lekula mincha. The special day mincha is different than carbon. Carbon you can have something left over. My mincha needs to be the whole thing. But adi to call mincha lo yakti. As long as it was mincha originally, I don't care if it was mincha later it became less. So as the Gemara after parentheses, this we saw before he removed the lechem apart. The bread fell apart, meaning broke. You can't put the lechem on the mizbech. You can't put the levain on the mizbech. I'm so sorry, that was it. The lechem is possible. You can't eat the lechem. You can't put the levain on his back. If after he took off the lechem from the table, that's when the bread broke. You still can't eat the bread. You can put the bazichin. That's what we need for here. The word just quotes the hemshech that we quoted before. I don't have to actually take out from the mizbeach as long as I have. It came the time to take out his back. That's going to be good enough. So what do you see over here? You see that even though it's missing, part of the bread is missing. It broke. You still can put the levain on his back. So you see, if I did kmitzo, like by levain I have kmitzo, and the shirayim are missing, I can still put on his back. Says that the sheet of Rabbi Lazar. And he said that even if we got burned, you put him in his back. So he agrees over there as well. Don't get mixed up between Rabbi Lazar and Rabbi Eliezer. There's a Rabbi Lazar quote over there that's a different Rabbi Lazar. Talk about something else. But that sheet of the Brayso is Rabbi Eliezer, who holds what? He holds that as long as even if the shirayim are completely gone, still put koimitz, kol shker if something is missing. Amar le'ana mincha mishta shleimo. I bring a regular mishta. Amar le'at Rabbi Elazar. And he told me it's Rabbi Elazar. To say it's Rabbi Elazar is a deichik to say. And in addition, says the Gemara, Rabbi Elazar, my need for us if you serve Avu Nami Machshir. Why do you have to tell me they got broken? Say he got burned. Rabbi Elazar holds as if to be here. Ishtik. He was silent. He wouldn't answer. He did not answer. So the Gemara, my show, so why he was quiet. Maybe you tell me the korban tzibur is different. Why? By them, you can do two more. Korban tzibur. So you may also put on what? Chaser. Meaning that if you miss something. When you're saying that if you're missing the mincha, something is chaser, it's a problem, you treat it like, not like a tumor, but like Ba'amum. Ve'ein Ba'amum b'tzibur. Ba'amum is not respectful to be b'tzibur. You can't order the answer of Ba'amum b'tzibur. So the Gemara says that, therefore, this is a, that you can't say this answer.
Ba'amum is not kosher for any kind.
Right? Even not tzibur. So same thing with chaser. What did it say? If tzibur will be different. No, tzibur is not going to be different than Gabi Chisor. So when Yossi Apov Korban Lashvayt, so Apov quoted, "When I visit Vasham and Apov Milas, Kinin the Rabbi Yechezkel and Shlokish and Mincha Soyim with the tzibur repligi." Rabbi Yechezkel and Shlokish argue about a mincha that became missing. Nobody said that they're talking about a minchas yachid. They're talking about the mincha of the Omer as well. So to come and restrict their machlekes for tzibur only, for yachid only, that doesn't fit in their lashon. They're talking about tzibur. So therefore, the Gemara says that's not a good answer. That tzibur does. There are two reasons: either because of the Ba'amum, or because they spoke about tzibur as well. So the Gemara, Omar Ramalchi, Tani Chato Misolto. It says the pasuk Misolto. Shim Chasera Kol Shu Psul. If missing anything is possible. Mishamno from the oil. Shim Chasera Kol Shu Psul. That's one price. Tani Idog, when it says when it's missing from the mincha, prat the mincha shechasei he fish shechasekut, so missing it, missing the koimets, fish like tibel and plum, or the levaina. I don't care if it's missing. Levaina is only if you didn't do it at all. I didn't do a k'tor of any part of the levaina. But if I did something, I'm okay. But what do you see at the beginning of this price? So it gives me another pasuk. It tells me if anything is missing, it's a problem. Why need two different psukim? The first brayso learns it from Misolto. The second one learns it from Yeshiva ben Amincha. Why need two psukim? So what trei kori bechaseres lamali? Why need two psukim? Lav chad lemincha shechaser kol kmitzo vechad l'shirayin shechotzo b'kmitzo laktor. Aren't we talking about the one to tell you that if it was missing before kmitzo, I can't fill it up, and the second one to tell you that if it was missing between kmitzo laktor, I can't put it on. To you, to the Rabbi Yochanan ben Tarvayu, remember, Rabbi Yochanan said two things. He said, if it's missing before you did kmitza, go home and fill it up. He said, if it's missing after kmitza, you're still fine. Right? Here he says, two psuk will tell you missing is a problem. So the chor de both now give you two Rabbi Yochanan to nitcha. So you look. Chad lemincha shechasa koy de kmitza, the inay v'deisim alero in v'loy loy. First to tell me this halacha. It needs to be full. You could fill up from home, but if you didn't fill up from home, it's possible. That's exactly the point. Another one between kmitza laktara, like Rabbi Yochanan said, it's still okay. You can't eat it. Like we saw before, the Gabi Lechem Aponim. Remember Lechem Aponim we said that was missing. You can still put the levaino on the mizbeach, but you can't. The lechem is possible. So when you have mincha, that you have the shirayim that is missing, put the kmitza on the mizbeach, but the shirayim is possible. So the Yibai had a question. According to Mandor, it says that when it's missing, you can still do a laktaro. Or is the shirayim on bachil could eat it or not? So the Gemara Maziri Omako. There are noiseres. It says in the pasuk noiseres, whatever's left over. The lawyer noiseres mean noiseres, not the leftover of the leftover. If I have to tell if something's missing, so it's leftover of leftover, it has to be not. It's still intact, so you can't eat the shirayim. What is he coming to say? So Rashi says two explanations. Either he's coming to argue, he's coming to say, no, as long as mincha at the beginning, I don't care now it's chaser. Or you mean to say mincha shasuk kvar, the same way it was before, it's supposed to be also right now. Look at what Rashi inside. Rashi says, the first wide line, Rashi the bottom. Shasuk kvar, b'shas hakoymitz, oyso shlemo. Al b'shechosur b'kvitz l'aktor, even though they later became chaser. Karina Bivana says, "B'na mincha." So he's coming to argue. That's explanation number one. That's why it was supposed to be shazaktor. It says, where was left, you should eat it if it was the same way it was before. So the machlekes says, is there a machlekes or not? Comes the sheet of Bekubetz and it says on Rashi, first shot, how are you going to explain Zeiri? Zeiri says, if you want to tell me, I'll explain Avianai, sorry. According to Avianai, that says that if you have something that it's left over, it's okay. How is he going to explain the ride that we brought? Because we said there's two brises. The two brises told me it has to be intact. What do you learn in the world brises? The first brise that teaches you that it's supposed to be intact, and you have to make sure to have full when you do the kvitza. Even if it's missing, you can be mal on your base. It has to be full when you do kvitza. The second one is telling me what, according to Abichanan, that if it's missing, you can still do koimitz. So what does it say to be intact? You can't eat the shirai. That's what the second is telling you. What will Avianai do with that brisa? How he looks for that brisa? According to the second shah of Rashi, it's very gishmak. Everybody agrees that with this tikudo. If you have a mincha, you put the kvitza, and the mincha's chaser, the shirayim, the kvitza is still good for the mizbeach, but the shirayim you cannot eat. According to Zahir for sure, according to Rav Zahir for sure, and according to Rav Yanai, according to the second shah of Rashi, that will be the pshat. That's how you can answer these brises, the except psukim, according to Rabbi. So we will stop over here. We're going to start with the two dots tomorrow, Be'ez Hashem, and everybody should have a wonderful night.